We're sitting in the studio with a beautiful, beautiful young lady, Tavonga Trish Echinyerere, who's written an anthology. This is like a collection of poems. We'll get into that. She's just finished university and got this book together and is working, I know, on a lot more stuff. So, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, Tavonga. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you.
Excellent. So now we are talking about In the Fullness of Time. Why this title?
Well, that's an anthology from Chances Inc.
Okay.
So it was 15 poets who came together, and we had to publish 5 poems each. So Chances Inc. is the one who came up with the theme and the name.
They come up with the theme.
Yes.
So if they come up with the theme, you have to write poems in line with the theme, or you can just write any poem?
You have to write poems in line with the theme.
Okay.
But for this one specifically, it was random.
Okay.
So you see that we're going to have poems about love. We're going to have poems, dark poetry from me. We're going to have a lot of things that are just going to be in there.
Okay. Now you mentioned dark poetry. What is dark poetry?
It's poetry that's dark.
Like,
Like the poetry that invokes the really deep feelings that we always want to put aside, you know,
we
your
don't
fear,
talk about.
angst, loss, death. It's poems that have to do with things that are not really comfortable to speak about. They're different from the love poems or, you know, poems that are so happy and joyful.
Yeah.
But these are really, they're dark.
okay.
They're really
Why that? Why choose that? Or you can write on anything.
You can write on anything.
But just for you personally.
I can't write on love, sadly. Sadly. Well,
I
but-
shan't ask why.
Do not ask. That will not be spoken
No,
about.
let's not.
Yes, but I mostly write on personal experiences.
Okay.
I really feel like it's the easiest way to start writing. And when I started writing, actually, it was because I was really feeling down and I brought out my phone and I started writing. So I believe that you have to write on what you believe the most.
Okay.
I can't write on love or on happy thoughts because mostly I'm not in a happy mood. You get it? So it's really important for us to talk about the deep thoughts that we try to hide because everyone else tries to hide it.
Yeah.
So it's really important to just talk about that.
Right. And you have 3 brothers.
I do. I do. Tapiwa, who's now 20. I shan't say. He's getting old. So there's Tapiwa, Tinomda, and Tanaish. I'm the second born.
Oh, you're the second born and you're the only girl.
Yeah.
So that is just looking at that as an incredible picture because have you drawn influence from your brothers or, you know, in terms of your writing?
I have, mostly. On most occasions, or haven't. No, it's something that I really talk about in most of my poems because they're the people that I've spent the most time with.
Okay.
And so they influence my writing style a lot because they're there.
Okay.
They're there always.
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 So you have lots of stories to pick up from that, right?
A lot.
Okay.
Some I'm not allowed to say, but a lot.
Okay, so looking at this anthology, we have different poets, obviously, who have taken part in this. And we do in the book have our very own Audrey Chirenje. I see her beautiful picture in here. She's also had poems in here. But you have, I love the style of how the book is set up. You know, you have the picture of the poet,
Yes.
and then you have his poems or her, and then her poetry. How do you get to choose who gets a poem put in this book?
So
Or who chooses? I don't know.
we do not discriminate.
Okay.
So there's a flyer that goes out.
Okay.
So if you want to join, you can just come in and join. And I think you have to pay a registration fee for covering the publishing and everything. But there's a flyer that's going out. There's actually one that's going to come out now. So if anyone wants to know about that, they need to go to Chances Inc.'s page on Instagram and they can get more information. And if you feel like you want to be published in a poetry anthology, then you can just come through.
Oh, excellent. And I'm certain you're going to be a part of that. Of
Yes.
course. What can we expect from what is coming up next in Chances Inc. from your work? Is it going to be dark poetry? Because I do know that you have dark in here.
Yes.
What can we expect from you in the next one?
That is also a surprise to me. I'm
To
not
you as well,
exactly
eh?
sure. But
Okay.
it's really going to be something that's true to me.
Okay.
That's going to be true to me, obviously. It has to be something that I relate to and that I believe that everyone else is going to relate to. So when that then comes out, I hope everyone is going to enjoy it.
And
I
take-
know people are going to enjoy it, actually.
Yeah, that's very good. So, I mean, in university, did you study? Are you studying anything to do journalism or whatever to do with writing, or
no.
does it, so? What did you study?
I studied integrated tourism marketing.
Oh, right.
Yes, it's totally like
Totally
this.
different. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Totally different. Tell us about that journey.
It was hard. It was hard, but I enjoyed it. I'm going to say I enjoyed it a lot. School is never fun.
Of course.
School is never fun.
But it's good for you.
But it really did shape some of my writing because you get to meet a lot of people and you get to understand that the things that you're going through, you're not going through alone.
Right.
Because in primary and high school, most friendships were just superficial, where you just see each other and you smile and you talk about boys, stuff like that. But with university, you get to spend time with now older, mature people, and you get to understand that people are going through the most. And then that's when really I then thought, you know what, if everyone else is going through it, then it needs someone else to write about it,
Yeah.
so that I influence or even inspire some people to say, you know what, you're not alone, we're all together. So yeah.
And it's beautiful how you've started at a young age doing this, and that really is very impactful for the young person who's trying to follow in your footsteps. So for that person who is watching, because I do know that a lot of people are going to watch this, what would you say to that person who also wants to get into writing and maybe doesn't know how to do it? What advice would you give them?
I'm not going to tell you what everyone else is going to tell you, because people are going to tell you that you should just start, and fear is real.
Right.
Fear is real. And if you're afraid, it means that it's something that needs to be spoken about.
Good.
Write about the things that are true to you. Write about the things that influence you as a person. It's not about, because people think poetry is about love and it's about, the beautiful things. But write about the things that that you go through. You know what? Just write. The irony.
Just
The
write,
irony.
literally.
Yes.
The things that you go through, the things that, Yeah, because I do know some people be like, what am I going to write about? What am I going to do?
Exactly.
So it's good to just pick from your experience.
From your experience, it's the easiest way, because it's going to be so hard for me to try and write about your life because
Yeah,
I've not
you don't
lived
know
it.
it.
I don't know it.
Yeah.
And even if you're going to tell me something, you're not going to tell me everything.
And you won't paint it the way that I
way
see
that-
it.
exactly.
And how to capture the essence of...
Exactly.
I completely understand that.
Yeah.
So listen, is it only just poetry for you, or do you write stories or long stories, or what is it?
I tried writing a book when I was in Form 1. It didn't end well.
But don't you think that was just because you're Form 1? You still have many years and you're putting in your hours now.
Probably. I'm actually working on something, on
a
an
book?
individual. Yes, a memoir, volume 1. I thought I have a lot to talk about. I went through life and I have a lot to talk about. So I'm working on prose. It's hard, but I really think that this is going to be something good. So look out.
We'll look out for that.
Look out.
Are you a part of any book clubs or spaces where people talk about writings and stuff to just motivate more people to get into that sphere?
You know what? Funny you asked. I'm actually looking for one.
Oh,
so if
wow.
anyone knows, link up the girl. No, really, because sadly, in our country, reading, I'm not going to say people don't read, but people barely read together.
Right.
So there's Chances Inc. has a group that they actually do, and we meet up as writers and we talk about stuff. But I really want to. This is a personal thing. I'm going to probably work on something and just try to get a book club going.
And
so that
that's
we
exactly
talk
what I
about
was just
that.
about to say to you when you said, well, sadly, no, I'm looking for one. And I'm thinking, excuse me, you are probably the one to start it.
Well,
Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, that's something up your sleeve. When I did ask you what we're going to look forward to, that's also something that we can look forward to,
Yes,
having a book club. And it's exciting, when you have one book and read it in a week and people kind of discuss it, it encourages
Exactly.
people to read. Because I do, picking up a book by myself and be like, oh, I have to read this book.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, good luck with that. And I do hope you're going to start it soon. Now, Tavanga, where do we find this anthology? Where do we get our hands on it?
a lot of bookstores actually.
have it?
Folio Bookstore, Innovate, Amazon Online.
Right.
So you can look up most of it on the Chances Inc. page, but then yes, we have it there. I think it's from $10 to $15.
Okay.
So you can get that and more books from Chances Inc. Marketing.
More books. More books from Chances Inc. Marketing.
Yes.
Okay, fine. You said, and how much is it? $10 to $15?
$10 to $15.
Okay.
Yes.
And on social media handles? It's just Chances Inc.?
It's Chances Inc.
Okay.
My personal handle is at Vonga with a lot of A's. You will find it. It has a lot of A's.
At Vonga.
Yes, Vongaa. And then on LinkedIn, it's just Tavonga Trishiniere if you want to connect.
Okay, that's excellent. So one last statement that you can kind of give the people, the viewers who are watching.
No, because you said one. I'm quite
Just
talkative.
no, just one because we're running out of time.
All right, just do it. You're good. You're good.
Just do it. You're good. Thank you so much, Avonga, for joining us right here on Morning Rush.
Konapo Konapo. Ipapo Ipapo pa ZTN Prime. DSTV channel 294. The place to be.